Hey guys, so the lectors and I would like to perhaps show you different Anglophone recipes that you could possibly do during quarantine. And I'm gonna start with some delicious, horrible for your health chocolate brownies. You should know before getting started that you should not eat them all by yourself. You should share them with numerous people. Please share it with numerous people because there's way too much sugar in this recipe. And in fact, it's been quite a long time since I've made them because there's more sugar than there is flour. That doesn't mean that they're not delicious. However, this is a special edition being stuck in your house for 6 weeks and you want to make something. So maybe you could do something with your family or just by yourself and practice your English at the same time. Please don't judge me. I really don't eat these brownies on a regular basis, and it's something that I did in my childhood, before I knew better. So I hope you guys enjoy. Some of the ingredients you'll need are salted butter, flour, sugar, cooking chocolate, baking powder, vanilla extract, 4 eggs, and salt. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to take your dry ingredients and sift them. So we'll take the flour and the sugar, teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of the baking powder, and sift. The reason we do this is to make sure that there aren't any clumps. And in general, in baking, at least American baking, you want to put all of like ingredients together. So that means all the dry ingredients together and all the wet ingredients together. This recipe also calls for melted chocolate, and you can melt chocolate in the microwave. However, there's more of a chance that you're going to burn the chocolate. So I always melt my chocolate using a double boiler. So what that means is you just take a regular pot, put a little bit of water in the bottom, not a lot, and then either a glass bowl or a metal bowl, one that can withstand heat and that covers the top, and you leave it on here, and then the steam from the hot water will slowly melt the chocolate and you won't burn it. Okay, so next you want to add all your wet ingredients. So maybe there's a specific order to this, but I'm unaware of it. So I'm going to start with my melted butter, my melted chocolate. Be careful, especially if you're using a metal pan. It can be a little hot after coming from that double boiler. And then your 4 eggs. And from here you just want to mix. And now you want to add your dry ingredients that you've already sifted together. So I add a little bit at a time and mix, so that way it doesn't explode all over my face, which sometimes it still happens. All right, and then the final step is to pour your batter into your greased pan. And some variants that you can do for this, you can add nuts, any type of nut that you like. That won't make it any healthier, but sometimes it adds a nice crunch. So your final step is to take your batter and put it in the oven. And it's gonna go in your oven at 176 degrees for around 30 minutes. But this is an adapted recipe from the United States, so that means that everything was in Fahrenheit. The type of pan measurements, for example, it's 9 inch by 13, which doesn't really exist here, so I always have to adapt. So set it for 30 minutes, and then when the timer goes off, poke the middle with either a toothpick or a wooden stick, and make sure it comes out clean, depending on how you like your brownies. I like mine ooey and gooey on the inside, so I don't mind if they're not all the way super cooked. But if you tend to like a drier a drier brownie, then leave it in for a bit longer to your liking. Remember, this is not healthy and you should not make it often. In fact, I'm going to make this recipe and cut it into pieces and then give it to my neighbors as a friendly coronavirus gift because it's not possible for me to eat all these brownies cooped up in my apartment for 6 weeks. I will gain 5 kilos. Anyways, hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions, I guess leave comments below.